の鉄人王者決定戦です。
Years ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending this fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he secretly started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking, and he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Masaharu Morimoto. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from around the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day. Using all their senses, skills, creativity, they're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their artistic creations against each other. What inspiration does today's challenger bring? And how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
If memory serves me right, since I completed my Kitchen Stadium, the very first battlefield for cooking in the world, 6 years have passed. During these 6 years, chefs have fought for their own pride and their restaurant's name. The number of chefs to date, 304. All challengers have fought fiercely in the 1 hour cooking battles against my Iron Chefs. The number of dishes tasted reaches 14,113, with quite a few reaching world-class excellence. But now, in this 6th year, I have come to a decision. To my dear Kitchen Stadium, to my resourceful staff members, and to my dear Iron Chefs, I bid farewell. On this day, the last day of Kitchen Stadium, I am taking on my last major mission, the King of Iron Chefs Tournament. But it won't end here. The winner of the tournament will challenge one of the top chefs in the world. Indeed, these battles will wrap everything up. The very best of all battles you have ever seen. This, I guarantee. So now, my fans here in the stadium and gourmets watching, burn these legendary battles of the 20th century into your memory.
September 24th, 1999, a date that'll live forever, marking the close of Kitchen Stadium. Today's battle will be the last one here, and we believe it too will go down in history, the King of Iron Chefs Final. The winners of the semifinal battles, Chen Kenichi and Hiroyuki Sakai, clash head-on for the crown. A dream matchup for our final battle. And now allow me to introduce the guests for Kitchen Stadium's grand finale. Actress Yuko Asano and actor Tatsuo Umemiya, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
The 6 years have passed so quickly, many of us thought we'd never see this day of the stadium's closing, but all good things come to an end. And with that, let's bring on Chairman Kaga.
私の記憶が確かならば、キッチンスタジアムがこの世に誕生したのは1993年10月10日。以来6年間、この世界初の料理の格闘場は実に多くのドラマを生んでまいりました。料理とは人間の本能をくすぐる最大の芸術。今日はこの皆さんの目の前で最高の芸術が完成するのです。それではここまでこのキッチンスタジアムを守り抜いてきた全鉄人を登場させましょう。さあ、よみがえるがいいアイアンシェフ。
Ascending into Kitchen Stadium for the last time, your Iron Chefs, the men who time and time again defended their home turf and who continue to dominate the culinary landscape of Japan. The Iron Chef with the most wins, Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi. The Delacroix French cuisine in Japan, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai. And the world leader in Neo-Japanese cuisine, Iron Chef Japanese Masaharu Morimoto. The names of these three will forever be remembered by all Iron Chef fans.
そしてもう一人、この男の存在を忘れるわけにはいきません。一人だけよみがえるがいいイタリアンの鉄人。
Making his trademark solo ascent into the stadium also for the final time, Iron Chef Italian Masahiko Kobe, the Prince of Pasta, the youngest of the Iron Chefs, but already on top of the Italian cuisine scene in Japan.
さらにすでに伝説の人物となったあの3人も登場させましょう。このキッチンスタジアムの基礎を作り、日本の料理界を飛躍的に発展させた彼ら。さあ、よみがえるがいい名誉三鉄人。
Ascending into the stadium for this last day, the honorary Iron Chefs, the pioneers of Kitchen Stadium, who will witness the final chapter in the story they began. Men who've made mighty contributions to Japan's culinary culture. Honorary Iron Chef French Yutaka Ishinabe. Honorary Iron Chef Japanese Kome Nakamura. And Honorary Iron Chef Japanese Rosauro Michiba. What a grand opening. Iron Chefs past and present, the Supreme Seven, the chefs who've made their mark here in Kitchen Stadium.
まずは最強鉄人決定戦です。この頂上決戦に向けて鉄人4人による予選を行ってまいりました。その模様をもう一度振り返ってみましょう。
The first preliminary battle of the King of Iron Chefs tournament was Chen Kenichi versus Masahiko Kobe. Using the best pork in Japan, Tokyo X. The The Iron Chef with the longest career, Chen, fought with the blessing of his late father, the god of Szechuan cooking, and his mother. Using the skills handed down from his father, Chen completed an authentic, ultra-hot, spicy Mapo Tofu. On the other hand, the youngest Iron Chef Kobe fought back, relying on his Italian home cooking approaches. Using the ever so juicy pork from Tokyo X, he created a tasty meat sauce pasta. And the tasting begins.
Good size for you, huh?
Wow.
It was a fierce battle indeed. And the verdict? The result, 5-0. Chen, the Iron Chef with the longest career, dominated. The second preliminary battle was fought between Iron Chef Japanese Morimoto and Iron Chef French Sakai. The theme ingredient was my favorite vegetable, bell pepper. Right out of the gate, Morimoto stepped on it. His extraordinary approaches to Japanese food reached the ultimate in this battle. Believe it or not, he marinated red bell peppers in soy sauce and turned them into sushi. Morimoto's wild inspiration left his mentor Michiba speechless. On the other hand, Sakai perfected his 5 dishes, including a provincial-style stew, all of which spoke of his caliber as a top chef. With the tasting done, the verdict was handed down.
Sakai Hiroyuki!
Another sweep. Not only did Sakai dominate, he received perfect scores from all tasters. This means the final battle will be a fierce clash between Iron Chef Chinese Chen and Iron Chef French Sakai. Our records tell us that these two have fought once in the past. In 1995, in an Iron Chef tournament, these two did battle using chicken as the theme ingredient. The voting was extremely close, but Chen barely bested Sakai with a razor-thin margin. So today's battle will be a revenge match for Sakai. So now, my very best Iron Chefs, reach for the stars using all the skills you are equipped with.
最強鉄人決定戦に進出したのはこの2人。まずは中華の鉄人陳健一。
All right, entering the stadium packed today, loud cheers greeting Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, the Szechuan sage, son of the god of Szechuan cooking, the dean of active Iron Chefs. He's been here from the start, a career record of 64 wins, tops among the Iron Chefs, 16 losses, an 800 winning percentage, and now being given his apron for this battle by honorary Iron Chef Michiba. Everything on the line as he prepares for battle for the right when it's over to be called the King of Iron Chefs.
対するはフレンチの鉄人酒井宏之。
Yes, making his entrance into the stadium, more roars from the crowd for Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, the Delacroix of French cuisine in Japan. The man who was among the first to fuse Japanese cooking techniques with French cuisine, a major culinary breakthrough. He's #1 among the Iron Chefs in winning percentage, a few points better than Chen, and now receiving his apron from honorary Iron Chef French Ishinabe. In his semifinal match, all 5 tasters gave Sakai perfect scores of 20 points, so he comes in on top of his game, and this is it for the title. And with the Iron Chefs ready at their position, let's now have the chairman unveil the theme ingredient for the final battle.
最強の鉄人を決めるテーマはあれしかないと思いました。このキッチンスタジアムの大舞台を飾ってきたあのキングオブシーフード。それでは発表します。テーマはこれです。最強鉄人決定戦のテーマはオマール。
If memory serves me right, we are just moments away from seeing Chen and Sakai clash head-on in this historical battle.
Well, we are both familiar with each other's strategies, so I know I'll just have to stick to what I do best.
There's just no strategy to win over Sakai-san. To win, I have to control myself all the way. So just do my best, you know?
Moments away from the opening gong, the final battle in the King of Iron Chefs tournament. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, before a packed house including the other Iron Chefs, current and honorary. It's the ultimate battle in Kitchen Stadium's history, and for it they'll use Homard lobster as the theme ingredient. Everyone here and watching on TV expecting to witness greatness on the playing field today in the kitchen from both these amazing chefs. What a run-up to this final battle. This one's for all the marbles, the Super Bowl of Kitchen Stadium. Let's get it on! On a kitchen! Yes, bang a gong, we are on. The King of Iron Chefs final is underway. The men shaking hands at the outset, making their way up to the stand, pulling out the Homard lobsters there, very businesslike on both sides of the tank. No sign that either one is overwhelmed by the significance of this battle. Loading them into the trays. The Iron Chef Chinese Chen there. And now he is the first to scoot back downstairs to his side of the kitchen. Nice sidestep move there, and quickly he is setting up shop at the chopping block. And now Sakai has made his way back and has ditched his hat, his usual working style. And his expression there looks to be in very good spirits at the outset.
Fukusan!
Yes?
Yeah, Sakai-san spoke with me about having to go against Chen-san today. He said, I feel really funny fighting against him. We usually call each other before a battle, but this time I didn't call him and he didn't call me. Sakai looked a little reluctant having to do this.
All right, friendship on the back burner, so to speak, today. Sakai losing to Chen once before. No need to be chummy. Yes?
Yeah, Chen-san looked even more rattled. To me, he appeared to be almost in tears. He's so tense and hyper. He told me that he has so much adrenaline that he thinks it's going to spill out of his mouth today. He says he even brought herb tea to cool him down.
All right, well, he'll try to channel that energy in a positive way. And up in the royal box, portraits of Chen's late parents, his father Chen Kenmin, the god of Szechuan cooking, and his mother Yoko, who passed away last year. Their son, a man any set of parents could be proud of. And if they can't be here in person today, at least they're here in spirit, and Chen keeping their spirit alive. And Doc?
Yeah.
Okay, run us through. Take us through these Homard lobsters.
Okay, well, technically speaking, they're from Brittany, France, and they're a little bit different from the Japanese lobsters, or the iseebi, as we call them. That's why we're calling them Homard lobsters. Homard is basically French for lobster.
Okay.
And the ones we have here are top-notch. They're about triple the price of normal ones, about $100 a pop.
Man alive!
Yeah.
With the French ingredient, though, what do you think? Advantage Sakai?
Well, I think Sakai is familiar with this particular lobster, but Chen, you know, he could look at it as a replacement for the Oriental-style lobster, so it could be good for both of them, actually.
Okay.
Fukusan?
Yes?
Yeah, when I asked Sakai about today's ingredient lobster, he said, I know people have nicknamed me Seafood Sakai, even though I've lost 3 Homard lobster battles, but that's not going to haunt me today. I'm determined to win this one.
Sakai's got a sore spot about that record in the battles. Ota reminding him of it. Well.
No, my 4th loss.
Well, hard to lose 4 in a row. But overall, Sakai's record's been outstanding in fish and seafood themes. Okay, and once again at this point, let's reintroduce our guests for the final battle. Actress Yuko Asano, actor Tatsuo Umemiya, and commentator Dr. Yukio Hattori. Greetings all.
Hello. Pleasure to be here.
Fukusan!
Yes?
Sakai started cutting circular pieces out of mango slices using molds. The reason for using mangoes is, he says, mangoes are in season and they match very well with lobster.
They're like mango quarters there.
Yeah.
The 25-cent kind. Matching well, he says.
Yeah, they do. With the sauce, it has a bit of sweetness to it. It's really good.
Okay, and you saw a quick shot of the VIP table, and once again, those are the honorary Iron Chefs. And moving left, Iron Chefs Morimoto and Kobe, they're all plugged into our commentary, and yes, they're locked onto the cooking too. Now, some sounds of sizzle from Chen's side. Apparently deep frying these lobsters here, chopped up, fried in shell, just a little bit though, not much of a fry job there.
No, just very lightly done.
Fukusan?
Yes?
Yeah, continuing with Chen on how he feels doing battle with Sakai, he confided that Sakai-san is much better in decoration, so he says, I'm going to focus more than ever on flavor this time.
Yes, it would be hard to compete or even stay even with Sakai in the presentation department. They'll put the premium on taste, And Chen supporters making some noise there.
Thanks, folks.
And the Iron Chef Chinese likes it.
Fukusan?
Yes.
I asked Sakai if he remembers losing to Chen-san one time in the past. He said, why do you have to bring that up? Today's a new day, and even though I'm older than him, I'm going to fight like I'm the challenger. Otherwise, I may lose this again.
Ota, you keep reminding him of the negatives there. But now his mood brightening with the rousing cheers from his fans.
It's too noisy.
It is. It's getting wild in here. And that banner up on his side of the royal box reads roughly, "Flavor speaks of one's personality." All right, I'll buy that. Seems to fit the Iron Chef French.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, let me give you the ingredients so far that Sakai-san has included in this pot. At the moment, he has added crushed lobster pieces, olive oil, garlic, and fennel.
All right, and I tell you, that is looking good so far on the Iron Chef French side.
And when you take a look at the ingredients, you kind of get the impression it's probably for a broth. I think he's going to try to draw out all the good flavors from the lobster using...
All right, really smashing those shells. Yes.
Some great news from Chen's side. Believe it or not, he says he's going to make a new style of prawns and Chinese chili sauce dish that no one has ever attempted to make before.
Well, tasters, you're in for a treat.
Impressive. Prawns and chili sauce.
A variation on one of his father's creations, and you saw two more of our tasters, Chua Lam and Kazuko Hosoki. She with the discerning palate and tart tongue.
So far, you look happy.
And Chua Lam, too, he can be rather blunt in his assessments of the dishes. And as reported, Chen to prepare an avant-garde prawns and chili sauce dish. Doc, is it correct to say that it is his father's creation?
Right. His father was known for spreading the recipe basically all over Japan, and the hot bean paste is the key here. And that family has a great recipe for it, so that should be an amazing dish.
Okay, well, we will certainly be looking forward to that one.
Fukusan.
Yes.
Yeah, I asked Sakai what his feelings were at this moment battling for number one, and he said, of course, trying to become the king of all the chefs in Japan is the prize, but I want to win against Chen-san too. I have my staff watching me. There's no half-hearted effort. I'm committed to win.
Commitment to excellence. The king of seafood, Iron Chef French Sakai. Career record, 63 wins, 14 losses, 1 tie. Winning percentage just a shade under 82% is the correct figure, which is the best among the Iron Chefs. And in his semifinal battle against Iron Chef Japanese Morimoto, he dominated a sweep, a perfect score. And Morimoto's stuff was dynamite in that battle.
Oh, yeah.
But Sakai getting 20s from the 5 judges, and no way you can win against that.
No, that was absolutely amazing.
And Morimoto, the loser in that battle, his last one in this stadium, closely following the action.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, Chen-san has also prepared some fruit, both mangoes and persimmons.
Okay, persimmons.
Yes, and in the bowl next to those, there's a mixture of shantung soup, gelatin, salt, Chinese rice wine, and soy sauce.
Thanks, Ota. So the ingredients there suggesting the makings of a soup, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the lobsters.
Yes, where are the lobsters? Mangoes and persimmons at the ready on Chen's side. Go.
Yeah, I just received some comments from Chen-san's 2 sons up in the royal box.
Okay.
They say, we're so proud to be here watching a match that is a highlight of our family history. We also decided to become chefs because of our father's example. We're following the family tradition.
All right.
And the 2 sons call their father by the more affectionate Ken-chan rather than the polite Ken-san.
Well, like he's their brother or something. All right, the 2 young men, and let's get back now to the left, the older son, Kentaro, there, and to the right is Yohei. The 2 sons cheering for their father. Whoops, for Ken-chan.
There you go.
So 3 generations of the Chen clan represented here today. Yes.
Listening to all that on Chen's side, Sakai said, Chen-san is so lucky to have his family members here like a bachelor on a business trip. I have no one, so let's hear from the folks in the bleachers, will ya?
All right, there they go. And they didn't need much prompting there. Okay.
I can't lose this.
Hey, I don't know if you caught it, but I saw a sign saying the Delacroix of cooking. It was in the audience, a fan of Sakai's. And as always, he's drawing the women, sitting over there on his side of the stadium. Yes, guess it's his sensitivity showing through in his dishes, which does it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, and now from Chen here, a lot of action working the wok.
And I believe this is the hot bean paste.
Fukusan.
Yes.
I asked Chen-san about making lobster in chili sauce rather than prawns in chili sauce, and he said Sichuan is an inland area, so even river shrimp can be used in this dish, so there's no problem at all.
Sounds good. All right, and now the crowd for Chen starting to let it loose. seems like after every floor report, the partisans want to show or sound support for their man. Both working with the lobsters. Yes.
Yeah, Iron Chef Sakai is now preparing this long pot as a steamer, I believe, which includes, among other things, 4 whole lobsters, laurel leaves, and Italian parsley. Back to you.
All right, well, interesting approach there, Doc.
Yeah, this is actually called a poissonnière, or it's a pot for cooking fish, basically, and it means the whole fish.
All right.
But it's usually used for steaming.
Okay, well, pretty neat. I mean, a whole fish would fit that thing perfectly, and now he added wakame, thin seaweed there.
Yeah, and I noticed some clams going in, too.
Yes, the clams going in, and 15 minutes gone in this final championship battle. Which of these two Iron Chefs, Iron Chef French Sakai or Iron Chef Chinese Chen, will be crowned the king of Iron Chefs? A quarter of the battle behind us, whole lot of cooking left. Don't go away, we'll be right back. This is it, the final battle in the King of Iron Chefs tournament. Chen and Sakai duking it out with Omar lobsters as the theme ingredient. A little less than 45 minutes to go in the cooking. The last day of Kitchen Stadium, but boy, we are going out in style. And I want to remind the viewers, Umemiya-san, that you fought here 5 years ago, a battle against then Iron Chef Japanese Michiba. You haven't forgotten?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
You were cooking on the side Chen is now. You know, many challengers have told me when they heard the words "a la cuisine" from Chairman Kaga, they went a little limp. Now, how was that for you?
Well, you know, actually, you really worry too much about time.
It goes fast.
Oh, yeah.
But these two have done it so many times, they could probably time it without the clock. And now on Iron Chef Sakai's side here, the mango pieces in there.
And he's using his favorite tool, the circle mold.
Okay, now are the pieces of lobster raw here, or have they been cooked?
I'm not sure. Let's take a look.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, if you're talking about the lobster pieces Sakai-san is working on now, they have been lightly boiled and mixed with gelatin and salt.
Oh, this will be good.
Okay, a classic Sakai gambit cylinder mold arrangement there.
It's very delicate, isn't it?
Certainly is. Yes, mixing and matching the ingredients for that one. Go ahead, Ota.
Iron Chef Chen is looking stern over here. He tells me that even though he and Sakai have been on the same team for 6 years, today friendship is out, Iron Chef individualism is in, and that's what he's going to show us.
Absolutely. Determination mixed with perspiration personified on both sides. Good friends off the field, out of the kitchen, but that's got to be put aside for now. They both know today's all about winning. That's the only way it can be. And now on Chen's side here, I guess this is the beginnings of a salad, and perhaps lobster will be added later. What about that, Doc?
Well, you look at it, it almost looks like a French dish, doesn't it?
You're right, it's so pretty.
French dish in preparation by the Iron Chef Chinese. And now let's get a few words with Michiba-san.
Yeah.
Give us some help here. What might be the key to determining the outcome?
Well, you know, Sakai-san is a man of variety and has artistic sense as well, as we've seen so far. Chen-san, on the other hand, always relies on his flavors. He's got a great hot bean paste. I know. Anything will taste good with that one. Yeah.
Well, obviously Chen heard that too, but no visible reaction to Michiba's comment there. Was that a dig of some type? All right, now, what's he got going here?
Fruit is being added to
Okay,
this?
is this the one with persimmons?
Yeah, I think so.
Go ahead.
Just added to this were persimmons, mangoes, oranges, and lobster meat from the claws, which has been boiled.
Wow, lobster claw meat. Ooh.
Now, my guess is he'll be adding the shanton soup and the rest of it to that. What do you think? Yeah?
Okay, yeah, that actually could
Okay,
be-
Asano-san making the call there, and yes, I think your call is going to be on the mark. And right now, our announcer Fujimura-san is up in the royal box, and if you're ready,
Yes,
go ahead.
yes. Now I'm with Chen-san's 2 sons. Can you tell me how Chen-san was when he left the house today? Anything different from the usual?
He was as always, but I could sense his determination.
He appeared to be in tears before the battle.
That means he's very serious.
You told me that you've been up here several times, but this is the first time to watch your father do it.
Yes, first time.
How is it watching your father from up here?
I'm proud of him. Go for it, Dad.
Great words of encouragement from his son. Back to you.
Well, all right, that's got to give him a boost. Son Kentaro, I'll tell you a story about Chen.
Okay, ready to go. Put this in the fridge.
Okay, check this out. I believe his first loss, octopus battle. Afterwards, he just couldn't go straight back home and tell his sons about it. so he just kept walking up and down along a riverside for several hours.
Hey, who told you that?
Chen-san, you told me.
That's invading my privacy.
Oh, okay, understood.
Besides its history.
Yeah, it was a while, way back now.
Just had to remind me of that, huh?
Okay.
Especially right now. Trying to make me sad or what?
Okay.
Fukusan,
Please take it.
what Chen-san is deep frying in oil is lobster meat battered in salt, ginger, egg whites, and cornstarch. I believe these are the pieces that he'll be using in his chili sauce.
Thank you. Whew. All right, lobster and chili sauce. That's what we've been anticipating. He'll do it with this, and make note, Ota reporting ginger added to the batter. And what about that, Doc?
That could be, actually, yeah.
Okay, but you can see they're pretty big pieces of lobster meat that he'll use. A bold statement right there for this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Fukusan,
Yes.
from Sakai-san's side, if you'll remember, he was mixing something in a bowl a moment ago. Those ingredients are Omar lobster, scampi prawns, eggs, and salt, all blended in the food processor, plus more lobster stewed in consomme, eggs, oil, and chilled fresh cream, and that's what you're seeing in this bowl here.
Okay, well, now, this one not to be eaten as is, right?
Huh? You mean how he's going to cook this?
Well, maybe he'll boil it.
Fukusan,
Okay, we'll wait and see. Yes?
Iron Chef Sakai commenting on Michiba-san's statement that Sakai can't win over Chen's hot bean paste said, "Give me a break, Michiba-san. I've already spent a lot of time thinking about how to cope with his super hot bean paste. I'm not going down so easily."
Okay.
And Fukusan, let me squeeze in one more thing if I may. Speaking of hot and spicy food, let me share with you what Chen-san told me about his chili sauce. It's not how hot you make it, he says. It's about how you use the spiciness to accentuate the natural sweetness of the ingredients, in this case lobster. And to take it one step further, I'm going to make a one-of-a-kind today, so be ready for it. Wait and see.
Can't wait for that.
What he says right there tells you all you need to know about this guy and why he's on top of the Chinese cuisine scene in this country. And now 30 minutes gone, crossing the halfway point, 30 minutes of cooking left in the ultimate cook-off. Folks, it doesn't get any better than this. The King of Iron Chefs, the final battle, the last day of Kitchen Stadium. We're back. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, his royal box entourage, the Szechuan sage, son of the god of Szechuan cooking, just into the second half of the final battle against the Delacroix of French cuisine, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai. And all the chips in the middle of the table for this one. And on Sakai's side, this one, Doc, what is he doing here?
I have no idea.
Just gonna leave it right there?
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, let me review the ingredients in this long pot. 4 whole lobsters, laurel leaves, Italian parsley, green and brown seaweed, and clams. And when asked what exactly he tends to do with this, he explained it's his secret weapon to break out of his Omar lobster losing streak. It's gonna be a show. Chen-san's hot and spicy lobster sauce will have to bow to this one, he says.
Okay, one-upsmanship from both sides, and each man, of course, knowing how great a chef the other is. So Sakai, a secret weapon, and what a show they are putting on today. And now back on Chen's side, boiling away in the wok, a little addition right there.
Fukusan.
Lobster and chili
That's
sauce.
what I thought. Yes, Ota?
The ingredients in this wok are the previously deep-fried lobster pieces, ginger, garlic, hot bean paste, hot chili sauce, chunyan hot sauce, salt and pepper, and broth made from the heads and claws. Scallions have also been added to that as well.
Okay, this, the king of creation, lobster and chili sauce he was talking about, based on his father's recipe, I would have to guess. Triple dose of hot sauces in it. As we zoom in, it looks fantastic.
This would be perfect with steamed.
Oh, absolutely. With this dish, it's a mandatory given. You just have to have this with the bowl of steamed rice. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, Ota, any word about the rice over there on that side of the
So
kitchen?
far, nothing to report. No mention of rice anywhere. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Strange. Nothing about rice or the rice cookers in action, but man, that is looking so good, so delectable.
The best I've ever seen.
But why has he put it in a container? Maybe he's not done with it yet. He's going to do something else to this, I wonder? Well, that'll be the ultimate if he does, huh?
You're right about that.
That's for sure. It'd make it one of a kind, basically, yeah.
That's what he said in the early going. A new recipe based on prawns and chili sauce. Obviously a big part substituting lobster for prawns. And how it turns out, that's what everyone's waiting to see or taste.
Now, if you look at Sakai here, he's working on moose, it looks like.
Okay, now that's the one you thought was going to be eaten raw, right?
Yeah, and then I changed it to perhaps being boiled. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes. That which you see on Sakai-san's side in the plastic wrap is a mousse on a buttered surface over which he has placed boiled lobster claw meat and green scallions all being wrapped together.
Okay.
Steaming?
Most likely now. Most likely now it'll be steamed with the plastic wrap.
And Fukusan?
Go ahead.
Yeah, 30 minutes past, Iron Chef Sakai told me that he was feeling great today. He said, cooking along with my best friend Chen and entertaining my many fans, this is the highlight of my career. I'm having a great time. And he looked very calm and focused as he was saying that.
Totally in his element today.
And one more thing, Fukusan.
Yes.
Just, Iron Chef Chen has just started to ladle the lobster and chili sauce dish into the lobster shells.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's what he's doing.
You know, like normally a French chef would make something like this with Americaine sauce, and Chen's doing a style similar to that, almost like a thermidor.
All right, a real change-up by the Iron Chef Chinese.
Yeah, it's just like that. He'd put it back in the shell or the mold or whatever, and then would grill it.
You think that's what he'll do? Grill it now?
Maybe, but I'd rather he not do this with cheese.
Like a gratin, then it would be. Whoa! But this could be eaten the way it is right now.
Yeah, they are servable as is. You're right, but I think he's probably going to grill these.
Hey, it's really a mind blower of our idea of lobster eating chili sauce. Yes.
I spoke for a moment with honorary Iron Chef Ishinabe-san, and he made the comment that Sakai-san might have lost the past Omar lobster battles because his dishes were too complex. But he says today he's using natural flavors like the dish using seaweed, and he says he thinks Sakai is going to be the winner today.
All right, thanks, big fella, but he won't have a vote.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, if you look back over at the chili sauce dish, he just started to sprinkle it with cheese.
Oh, you see? I knew that was going to happen.
Doc, you called it?
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
What is that going to taste like?
Oh boy, I don't know.
You sound somewhat down about that.
I've never tried anything even remotely close to this in my
Okay,
life.
Me
Bill.
neither.
All right.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Chen-san confided in me that to win against Sakai-san, who's #1 in winning ratio, you can't rely on conventional approaches. He said, I have to make a bold step into the future by using spicy Szechuan flavor as an accent. This is Chinese for the 21st century.
All right, the future is now. Cheese and chili sauce enveloping lobster.
Way to go, Chen-san.
All right, we're on board behind Captain Chen, going where no chef has gone before. Yes.
Takashi Saito, who apprenticed under Chen-san's father and actually trained with Chen Kenichi, said, I've never seen such a lobster and chili sauce dish before, put in a shell and placed in the oven. 21st century indeed. It looks great.
All right, and there is Saito, who was higher up the ladder among the apprentices under Chen's father, thus helping in Chen's training.
And I think if you take a look at Sakai, he's making a bisque.
All right, let's check in over there.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, the sauce base that Sakai-san has just strained is a combination of crushed lobster heads, olive oil, garlic, fennel, tomato paste, French tomatoes, consomme, fresh cream, saffron, and lobster roe, all stewed in a pot.
Wow, a long list of ingredients. Thanks, Oak.
And Fukusan, one more thing.
Okay.
Chen-san has a pot here that contains lightly fried lobster meat, scallops, shark fin, shanton soup, lobster broth from the heads and claws, hot bean paste, tochi paste, garlic, ginger, and scallions.
All right, and a familiar color for those of us used to seeing Chen's output.
Oh, yeah, for
20
sure.
minutes to go.
All right, 20 minutes to go, 2/3 of the way through. Sakai there wiping the perspiration from his brow. 20 minutes to the finish. Two-thirds of the way through, and Sakai there wiping the perspiration from his brow. 20 minutes to the finish line. Both men trying to bring it home. Yes.
I got the list of ingredients for Chen-san's gyoza, lobster meat, of course, but also the usual ground pork, salt, sugar, Chinese rice wine, sesame seed oil, and cornstarch.
All right, Umemiya-san. Lobster gyoza.
Sounds great.
How about that? It's been a long time since we saw Chen make gyoza, but this is the Cadillac of gyoza. Omar lobster gyoza. Bet you that hasn't been made before.
Oh, I know that.
Fukusan!
Yes.
Yeah, Chef Kudo, one of Sakai-san's right-hand men who also appeared on this show as a challenger, says, I know he lost the previous Omar lobster battles, but this time he's so serious, he was fired up, he was working overtime and in overdrive, and I know he'll win for us.
All right. And Sakai acknowledging the comment from Chef Kudo. By the way, the chef there was actually the 4th challenger to appear on the show almost 6 years ago.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
And Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, right after the 20 minutes to go announcement, I asked Sakai-san if he was going to make it on time with that long pot still sitting there untouched and uncooked, and his response was, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to show you something great towards the end of the battle. You'll see some dynamite lobster cuisine.
All right, and with that long pot, maybe he's got a flaming finale in mind. mind. Asano-san, what do you think? Any guess as to what he'll do with this one?
You know, I'm not even going to chance a guess here. I have absolutely no idea. No comment.
No?
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
And checking the clock, less than 18 minutes to go. Go ahead.
Over on Iron Chef Chen's side, he has taken crepin or fat netting and is using it to wrap lobster meat in chili oil, glutamix seasoning, egg whites, and cornstarch.
Lobster in fat netting.
So this one has got to be pan-fried.
All right, definitely not much fat in lobster meat.
No, that's for sure.
This should sizzle up nicely with heat applied underneath, and we've been able to ascertain where some of Chen's dishes are going, but Sakai's have been hard to make out, with the notable exception of that one wrapped and then steamed. But the one we're all curious about, I think, is that long copper pot one. This one here, still no clues to what Sakai is going to be doing with this one.
What about those stones he's heating up? Do you think that's something to do with it?
Oh, okay.
No.
You've got it?
I could be wrong, but he might be dumping those heated stones in the pot there.
In the pot?
Yeah, red hot stones.
Okay, and then what?
Grilled lobster?
All right, well, he has moved over there.
Soup?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
The stones are for the soup? I don't know.
Wow, I have no idea. Well, what's this now?
Okay.
This is interesting.
If nothing else, it's interesting. Even if we don't know.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, the soup that Sakai-san just added is a simple bouillon consomme, I believe.
All right, well, I couldn't really make out what you were trying to tell us. It is so loud in here, but I do know we're down to 15 minutes. Chen versus Sakai, the ultimate battle. We'll conclude it in our next episode. Don't miss it. Years ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he secretly started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking, and he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Masaharu Morimoto. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from around the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day. Using all their senses, skills, creativity, they're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their artistic creations against each other. What inspiration does today's challenger bring? And how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
If memory serves me right, since I completed my Kitchen Stadium, the very first battlefield for cooking in the world, 6 years have passed. During these 6 years, chefs have fought for their own pride and their restaurant's name. The number of chefs to date, 304. All challengers have fought fiercely in the 1-hour cooking battles against my Iron Chefs. The number of dishes tasted reaches 14,113, with quite a few reaching world-class excellence. But now, in this 6th year, I have come to a decision. To my dear Kitchen Stadium, to my resourceful staff members, and to my dear Iron Chefs, I bid farewell. On this day, the last day of Kitchen Stadium, I am taking on my last major mission, the King of Iron Chefs tournament. But it won't end here. The winner of the tournament will challenge one of the top chefs in the world. Indeed, these battles will wrap everything up. The very best of all battles you have ever seen. This, I guarantee. So now, my fans here in the stadium and gourmets watching, burn these legendary battles of the 20th century into your memory.
Finale of Kitchen Stadium, the Iron Chefs tournament. Victory in semifinal 1 going to Chen dominated Kobe, a 5-0 sweep in the voting. The victor in semifinal 2 was Sakai topping Morimoto, another sweep and a perfect 100 points. So it's Chen and Sakai on to the final with the theme ingredient Omar Lobster. Lobsters flown in from France. Iron Chefs Chen and Sakai for all the glory. Final battle underway, clock winding down. We pick it up with 15 minutes left. And now he's gone over there.
Soup? Is this soup?
Oh yeah, that's soup, right.
Okay, soup, a broth, add to the long pot.
The stones are for this, I guess?
I think you're right, yeah.
The hot stones.
This is...
okay, what you say?
This is amazing. It's very interesting.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah, the soup that Sakai-san just added is a simple bouillon consomme, I believe.
Bouillon. Okay, wow. And the decibel level rising in here. We're having difficulty hearing Ota's reports. Even in my earphone, I can barely hear him. But I can tell you less than 15 minutes to go, and Sakai working on his classified dish, his secret weapon. Bouillon's been poured in, and now a creamy mixture, sauce or something Chen is working on.
Yes, I'm adding palm oil.
Go.
Let me give you the ingredients in this wok. Once again, scallions, ginger, shanton soup, evaporated milk, lobster roe, and as Hattori-san said, palm oil.
Breaking out the palm oil. Okay, thanks. And Umemiya-san, Chen's got a lot of dishes going today.
Yeah, he's got a full stage here.
By my count, he's got around 6. Of course, not sure how he'll present them. Could have a combo or 2, but he's got some real variety. And the color of this one turning yellow, maybe he added some curry powder to that.
There's no curry in that.
Okay, on top of it, big fella, maybe the lobster roll.
But Fukuki-san?
Yes?
Yeah, I do have an update on the stones that Sakai-san is using.
Okay.
We thought that they'd be dumped into the pot, but he's grilling matsutake mushrooms on them.
Well,
I'm sorry, I was wrong.
hold on there.
No, there's still a possibility.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, he might put
First,
them with the
grill the mushrooms,
too.
then toss the stones into the pot. Could be.
Fukuki-san?
Going into the pot. Yes.
The lobster and chili sauce with cheese is going into the oven.
Okay, into the oven, all right. Here it is on replay. The future is now, today. Chili and prawns, but not prawns. French lobster and covered with cheese. Being given the broiled treatment. How it turns out could be one of the determining factors for a possible Chen victory. Cheese on Chinese food it'll be. Who'd have thunk it?
Now, if we can get a shot of Sakai over here.
Okay, we'll get there.
I think he's wrapping up his hors d'oeuvres right now. This is actually the first dish that he was working on, if you
Ooh,
remember.
they are really pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, he's using that little circle mold.
Needless to say, no one beats him in this department.
This guy's awesome.
One last time, tell you he's been dubbed the Delacroix of French cuisine in Japan, and now 10 minutes left in the battle. All the spectators fired up as we come down down to the final 10 minutes of this one.
Can't believe this historic battle is going to be over in 10 minutes.
You'd like it to go on, wouldn't you?
Absolutely,
Well,
yeah.
so would a lot of folks, but Kitchen Stadium's closing up the food lockers, clearing out the fridge, the cupboards will be bare, but we will have a King of Iron Chef, Sakai or Chen. Yes.
Chen-san is looking even more tense. He said, I didn't have time to pay a visit to my parents' grave in Hakone, but I hope they're looking down from heaven and seeing how good I've become in the 6 years I've spent here.
No doubt they're looking down, pleased at how far he has come here and how he's handled himself today. Father Chen Ken-min and Mother Yoko, their portraits offering encouragement to their son, and Chen feeling their presence today, and also putting the finishing touches on that one.
Fukusan!
Yes?
Let me quickly confirm a couple of things. First, the ingredients in this are tomatoes, steamed lobster claw meat, mangoes, persimmons, oranges, shantung soup, gelatin, salt, Chinese rice wine, and soy sauce, all chilled together, over which he's poured scallion sauce and lobster roe.
Whoa! Wow.
And secondly, about that pot, I couldn't help it. I just had to ask Sakai-san about that long pot again.
Yes?
But his reply was, shut up and wait. I know what I'm doing, and you'll see the results soon. Don't worry about it, he said.
Sakai, man in charge, leave him alone, and now this one looking like a classic Japanese garden.
Oh, you're right.
And just like at home, the wife sometimes tells me to shut up and wait.
I'm sure that happens quite enough.
Doc, it does happen. I'm just saying it's serious business. You got to leave them alone sometimes. They are pros in the kitchen. Yes.
I do have some more comments from Chen-san's sons up in the royal box. They say, we're just so proud of our dad here in Kitchen Stadium and what he's accomplished. We both feel more motivated than ever to become great chefs. And Dad, watch out. We're going to become your rivals one day. Until then, keep up the good work.
It makes my day. Just makes my day.
The family that cooks together or challenges each other in the kitchen. Well, I guess a recipe for a happy family. The sons apprenticing to become chefs, and that is great. And who knows, they could become a pair of Szechuan specialists themselves, giving Dad a run for his money in the 21st century.
Fukusan!
Yes?
We just heard Sakai say that the stones are ready.
Okay, finally.
right.
Roll right, stones, let's go.
All right, into the pot they go.
Okay, hot rocks, and Umemiya-san, you were right.
All right.
Rocking all over.
Now, the question is, where do we go from here?
Well, more soup for one. Hold on, I get it. The lobsters are getting a sauna treatment here, a soup steam.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you could say that, actually. You're right.
Yes.
So with a little soup, now if you had more soup, then what would we call it? This is looking good already, but...
It's really cooked quickly, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, what a unique method of cooking lobster.
Look, it's already done.
How about
Okay.
Amazing, this
His
is great.
secret weapon out of the bag, the combination steam stewed. Let's call it lobster on the rocks.
This is like an exciting way to cook lobster, right?
Yes.
Sakai-san finally told me why he chose to use hot stones this way, saying if you cook this on too strong a flame, the lobster will turn flaky. Stones are perfect. They accentuate the aroma of the seaweed. It's the best way to cook the king of seafood.
Makes too much sense. And the presentation,
This
masterful.
is wild and bold version of Sakai-san we're seeing here.
That's amazing, yeah.
Reaching deep into his bag of tricks and rocks for his secret weapon and awesome sight. Yes.
Here on Chen's side, the oven has been opened.
Okay, lobsters and chili sauce coming right at us.
Okay, so that's the Thermidor version of chili prawns, but using the lobster.
Now,
Whatever.
normally without the chili sauce, it's a familiar looking dish, this one, but chili sauce, the wild card here. And 5 minutes left, and it is wild in here. Chen and Sakai vying for the throne, the crown, the title, all wrapped up in one. Who will be the king of Iron Chefs? Less than 5 minutes in the battle. It's been incredible today, the cooking. Both the Iron Chef French and Iron Chef Chinese with all the previous battles under their belts. Just when you think there's nothing new they can do, they surprise and amaze us with their imaginations, new ways of bringing to life their culinary visions. And I'll tell you, the fans in here on both sides of the stadium are on their feet. Both men feeding off the roar of the crowd. Fatigue not a factor at all. This crowd re-energizing both Chen and Sakai. Wow, the stadium's never been this alive. All right, now it comes down a bit. But I tell you, the judges, I don't envy you. This one is going to be tough to judge today.
Definitely.
How about you, Asano-san? What are you looking for in judging this battle? What will be the key for determining who you'll vote for?
That's just too tough to answer.
I know, too tough a question, too, at this point. But it is going to be tough to make the call. Let's find out what our man of wisdom, Michiba-san, can offer. Now, Michiba-san, if you have to decide who's better today, what do you base your decision on between these two chefs? What is it?
I was so impressed by the use of hot stones.
Sakai's.
Yeah, they cook like that in some areas in Japan, as I know.
Japanese technique.
And Chen-san's chili lobster. I wonder how his use of cheese turns out. A bit of a risk there.
Yes, we shall see. All right, thanks. Cheese smothered on top of lobster and chili sauce, not on any menus yet. How it's received will be important for Chen's chances to wrestle the crown.
3 minutes to go.
Okay, 3 minutes left, and Chen has really picked up the pace here at the end, still with some giddy up in the steps. The crowd buzzing, going wild. Sakai working quickly too, but slightly more measured if it means anything down the stretch. There's no let up for either of these two, battling for glory, for honor, for victory in the final battle. Not much consolation will be there for the loser. People tend to forget second place finishers, but everyone remembers who finishes number one, and Chen and Sakai are gunning for number one. And now the clapping, the chanting by the crowd, they've stepped it up too. Great looking dish there by Sakai. Yes, Ota.
One final review of Sakai-san's sauces that he's prepared. The black one was made by boiling down veal broth, and the pinkish one is made from a blend of consomme, lobster roll, butter, and fresh cream. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Ota, but I barely heard what you shouted. It is bedlam in here. It's too loud to hear anything. The crowd is going crazy, and everyone, the tasters, the other Iron Chefs are up on their feet. The sparks are flying for the finale of Kitchen Stadium. The old kitchen's going out with a bang today. Whoa.
They're fired up tonight.
Now, under 2 minutes, actually a minute 40, finishing touches for Sakai, applying the sauce, one of his areas of expertise, to a green laden plate. Chen and his assistants still scrambling on their side. Steam rising over there, the fever hot, and no way of knowing of how it will all shake out in the tasting. But these guys are giving us the performance of their careers. It couldn't possibly be any better. And now Chen's lobster gyoza going down around a serving of his greens. Got the hot and spicy one in the foreground. An ambitious game plan seems to have been pulled off by the Szechuan sage. So many dishes today, and doing his father proud in the process. The crowd fired up, and the men drawing energy for it for the final push. And now under a minute to go, the final 60 seconds in the final battle, which will determine just who is the top man in Kitchen Stadium. A scan of the prodigious dishes from Chen. Sakai hunkered down, and the honorary Iron Chef's expression showing awe and admiration. Morimoto and Kobe can only wonder what if, but also equally impressed at what has transpired here with their Iron Chef brothers in arms. Iron Chef Chinese Chen, Iron Chef French Sakai, each with more than 60 career wins in this stadium. Each would probably trade all the previous wins for a victory today if they could. This one means that much to them. Big crowd, wild atmosphere, and the men have given us everything we could have hoped for and more. And today, 3 generations of the Chen family represented here. Fairly certain he'll be able to say that he's left it all in the kitchen today, and Sakai will be able to say the same thing. That's what we were looking for, and they delivered the final seconds, and that's it. The King of Iron Chef's final, the Omar Lobster battle is over. Wow! What a finale for Kitchen Stadium. Unbelievable today. Iron Chef Chen and Sakai. And if our announcers are ready down there, let's go to our interviews with the Iron Chefs.
Great job there.
I'm exhausted. It was good. It's finished now.
How's the 1 hour?
Oh, I was too fired up to check the flavors correctly. This is too exciting. It's been a while since we've had such a crowd.
You said you were not sure of the flavors. How'd they turn out?
Oh, I put a lot of soul in them. You'll feel the vibes when you eat them. Not sure what they taste like.
But you were confident of winning?
Hey, who cares about that at this point? I gave it everything I got, so I'm satisfied. Good enough, thanks. Great.
Nice job, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks.
Good job.
Well, it was fun.
It looked like fun.
Yeah, well, Knowing that this is the end, well, I feel sentimental, but I really feel my best stuff came out in this battle. Whatever Chen-san was doing, I just couldn't hear anything. Well, anyway, I was hoping the dishes today would speak of my whole career. All of it. The crowd was too loud. I couldn't hear anything at all. But you know, really, with Chen-san, I feel happy doing the battle with him. Very memorable.
Okay, thank you very much, and once again, great job.
Incredible, outstanding performance, both of them fantastic. All right, now the dishes of both chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi has 6 dishes. First, crepine wrapped fried lobsters. The flavor of lobster is drawn out by the use of the fat netting. A simple technique, but its use convincingly testifies to the quality of Omar lobster. Second, lobster and fruit in jelly. A delicate and colorful presentation. The flavor is accentuated by the sourness of tomatoes. Third, stir-fried lobster. The texture of the Omar lobster is highlighted, stir-fried in a sauce using lobster roe. A mild and smooth touch is attained by adding evaporated milk. Chen's astonishing creation of the day, lobster and chili sauce gratin. A dish for the 21st century, suggesting a new direction for Chinese food. The hot bean paste matches well with his daring use of cheese. Fifth, lobster fish cakes. Kinogasa mushrooms are used as a garnish, packaged in the gentle sweetness of corn, achieving a wonderful harmony with Omar lobster meat. Last is lobster gyoza and spicy stew. The top quality lobster meat off the shell adds a unique sweetness to these, the Cadillac of gyoza. And they match marvelously with the bright red, hot and spicy stew using Omar lobster broth. Iron Chef Sakai has 5 dishes. First, lobster and mangoes in consomme jelly, using the circular mold, one of his fortes. The subtle cured plum sauce at the bottom draws out the sweetness of Omar lobsters, with the saltiness of caviar coming into play. Second, lobster fritto and taro potato with lobster sauce. Tasting the dynamic sauce using lobster roe will surely be a memorable experience for the panel. Omar lobster mousse, wrapping the meat of lobster claws with an egg mousse. The entire spectrum of lobster flavors are condensed in this dish. A slight bitterness of edible rape blossoms ties it all together. Fourth is steamed Omar lobster, the one that got Michiba's attention. Sakai's execution and finishing up with the heated stones was, in a word, awesome. That helps keep the lobster meat tender, at the same time preserving the aroma from the sea. Last is lobster and matsutake salad, a perfect way to wrap up the dinner and concluding a well-balanced offering of courses. Next, we'll see and hear how the dishes are received. That's coming right after this. Honorary Iron Chef Michiba giving an apron and handshake to Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, and now Chen is on his own. Honorary Iron Chef Ishinabe offering apron and words of encouragement to Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, and Sakai too alone with his thoughts before the start of battle. For the King of Iron Chef's final, Chairman Kaga unveils the King of Seafood, Omar lobsters flown in from France. Non-stop power drive, Chen finishes with a remarkable set of 6 dishes. Taking it to the hilt himself, Sakai completes a fabulous 5. And now the ultimate moment of truth, tasting and judgment for the King of Iron Chef's final. On the panel today are actor Tatsuo Umemiya, actress Yuko Asano, Hong Kong gourmet Chua Lam, fortune teller Kazuko Hosoki, and honorary Iron Chef Rokusaburo Michiba. First, the dishes of Iron Chef Chen Kenichi.
あれだけのその完成といいますかね、拍手の中で料理を作ると。
Oh, yeah, well,
最高ですよねこれは。
very. As a chef, it was great.
And here's the lobster and fruit in jelly with tomatoes around it.
この周りにあるのは混ぜるとちょっと辛くなる。
That's right. I used red chili paste and scallion paste.
As a Chinese dish, this is very gentle.
そうですよね。
Perfect for you, right?
Me? Well, yeah, it's very refreshing. It's so delicate. I don't think I've ever had a Chinese dish so sensitive like this one.
Normally, in a dish, I mean an hors d'oeuvre using fruit like this, chefs don't think about matching it with spicy stuff. But this one matches well. This was an eye-opener for me, really.
On to his stir-fried lobster in a sauce using lobster roe.
はい、これは味噌炒めということで。
Yes, actually, the roe is put back into the shell.
It's very good.
While I was watching, I thought the spices in this would be too powerful for me. But they come little by little, one after another. It's Chen's style. And this roe sauce is so good.
And now rolling the dice, lobster and chili sauce gratin.
ゆうこさん。
Yes.
徐々に陳さんらしい辛さが出てきましたけども、ただの辛さじゃないですね、これはね。チーズが合わさってる。
Well, I guess the spiciness is so profound. You know, also I'm amazed that the chili sauce and lobster matches so well with the cheese.
In Chinese cooking, well, speaking of the ingredients used, you should never let your chefs use cheese in the dishes. It really just doesn't match.
It doesn't?
It doesn't.
Opinions always vary. And that's good. That's the fun part.
I'll take anything tonight.
Well, you know, I think this recipe could become popular at wedding receptions starting from this year. Yes. That hit my mind. Everybody's tired of that thermidor.
Okay, now lobster gyoza and spicy stew.
In this stew, I used lobster only for the broth. Yes, lobster only broth. If you like, please first try the soup and eat the gyoza sort of like wontons.
It's good.
The soup? So good.
It looks so hot, but the taste won't let you stop. The spiciness is just right. Very good.
You know, from my experience doing this on this show, it's always a winner to have a soup or stew. It was very tactful of him, yes.
Thinking back on Chen-san's approaches I've seen in the past, he was so different tonight. I saw many new things he did in so many dishes. I think he was really hip in his approaches today. Yeah?
Thanks for the great job.
Thanks.
After you quit, you'll gain weight, you know.
All right, and now up the dishes of Iron Chef Hiroyuki Sakai.
陳さんとの1時間っていうのは。
Well, you know, don't make me do it again, I'd say.
He'll start with lobster and mangoes in consomme jelly.
もうソースは何でしょうか、これは。
The sauce, I used mayonnaise and salt-cured plums and olive oil.
The texture of the Omar lobsters is very clear in this.
It looks like a Japanese garden. I'm impressed. And as for the flavor, well, the mangoes, I think, are too powerful, and therefore they overpower the lobster quite a bit.
Well, I was thinking, all the Iron Chef fans out there were waiting, dying for Sakai-san's performance using the circle mold. So just looking at this, I'm tickled to death. But seriously, the use of Oriental cured plum sauce in this French dish speaks of his level of creativity.
And now on to the Omar lobster mousse.
実にこの濃厚なオマールですけれども、めめさん全部召し上がりましたけど。
I've finished them all so far.
This soup is fantastic. It's such a profound taste. Really. Maybe a bit too salty? But with the rape blossoms in my mouth, it was really well balanced. Yes.
The French food, most of the time, it's almost too delicate for me, right? Sometimes I'm not really satisfied. So, you know, with something as salty as this one. It's great. Just right. That's what I think.
And here it is, his main dish, steamed Omar lobster.
In this pot, I steamed the Omar lobsters, adding the aroma of seaweed in a soup. I want you to enjoy the natural flavor and aroma of this lobster simply cooked. Yes, that's right, and a bit of salt added. That's all.
Out of all the dishes served today, how should I put this? You could say this is the ultimate way of enjoying lobster. That's what I think.
The presentation we saw was just so exciting when seeing that, dumping the hot stones in it and seeing the soup bubbling up.
You've served this without mayonnaise or sauce, relying totally on the natural flavor of these beautiful lobsters. This is the ultimate form of cuisine, is your message. I enjoyed it.
You know, great food is always simple. He cooked lobsters with ingredients from the sea, steaming them in seaweed. That's what made this so good. Yes.
In my view, Chen-san was like the first kind of Chen-san I met. And Sakai-san, he showed us his wild, bold side. He opened our eyes. A wild Sakai-san's what I saw. And the dishes were really wonderfully done. Thank you very much.
Right now, the votes are being cast to determine which one of the two men will be crowned the King of Iron Chefs. We'll be back with the verdict right after this.
最強鉄人決定戦。この結果発表前に一言言っておきたいことがあります。私が選んだ鉄人に、そして6年間共に戦ってきた鉄人に優劣はありませんが、しかし発表します。
Kitchen Stadium's last day, crowning the King of Iron Chefs. From day one of their careers, these two have faced the unyielding pressure to win, like all Iron Chefs. Chen Kenichi, the Iron Chef with the longest career, but still forward-looking in his cooking. Hiroyuki Sakai, the Iron Chef with the best winning percentage, but a loser to Chen once before. Yet this is the one that counts for the ultimate walk-off win. Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
Sakai Hiroyuki!
It's the Iron Chef French, Sakai! Sakai has won it! He is the King of Iron Chefs! Unbelievable! What a battle! And the two Iron Chefs embracing. The chairman caught me. He feinted a move ever so slightly in Chen's direction, but calling out Sakai as the winner. Hiroyuki Sakai besting his buddy Chen Kenichi. But both men expressing the warmest of feelings for each other. If that doesn't move you, you've lost all feeling. And everybody in this place feeling the emotions of the moment. Hiroyuki Sakai is the winner, the King of Iron Chefs. The honor goes to him. All right, let's check the scores. Umemiya 17-16 Sakai Asano, 20-19 for Chen. Chua 20-19 for Sakai. Hosoki 20-19 Chen, 2-2 till Michiba. Higos 20-19 for Sakai, a 3-2 split decision. Iron Chef French, Hiroyuki Sakai. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the King of Iron Chefs. And if the King of Iron Chefs will proceed to the podium, waiting there is honorary Iron Chef Michiba.
Congratulations.
And Roxaburo Michiba presenting the King of Iron Chefs medal to Sakai. Sakai, the King of Iron Chefs. Long live the King! And And although he lost this battle, Iron Chef Chen gave us an amazing display of his abilities, really pushing himself to the limit. He gave it his best, and in that sense, he comes away as a winner too, Chen Kenichi. And Ota, down on the floor, if you can hear me, if you're ready to interview Sakai, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You are the winner of the ultimate battle. What are your thoughts?
Well, I did my best. Just did my best. Well, during my 40-year career being a chef, I'm proud of being a chef. Thank you very much. I've been through many things on this show, but it's an honor to be here and win a battle like this. This is really, in my whole life, the best moment, the best day in my whole life. But I know I have to keep looking ahead, leading the way, well, in the coming days. So, in that sense, I want to use this occasion as a platform for the next phase of my fortunate life, to search for new horizons.
All right, thank you. And lastly, any words for your fans and supporters in the stands?
Well, I know everyone's busy. I really appreciate you all coming out here to support me. Thank you so much. And Chen-san, and all staff members here. Really, many thanks.
All right, the winner and grand champion, Hiroyuki Sakai.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
本当に素晴らしい試合でした。しかし本当のラストマッチはこれから。実は鉄人には残された大きな仕事があるんです。それは2年前京都で行われた鉄人ワールドカップでの結末、中村孔明とフランスアラン・パッサールの試合は引き分けに終わりました。そこで酒井宏之にはぜひその決着をつけてもらいたい。そこで世界最強シェフを再び呼び寄せました。歴史にピリオドを打つのはこの男、最強三つ星シェフアラン・パッサール。
Remember 2 years ago, the fierce battle that was waged in Kyoto, and now the magician of flames, Alain Passard, is back in Japan with an even bigger shadow to cast over Kitchen Stadium. Some call him the mightiest chef in all of France. Some go further and call him the best in the world. A bonus grand finale for Kitchen Stadium. A battle to decide the best in the world. Alain Passard versus Hiroyuki Sakai. One last battle to go down in history.
If memory serves me right, the very best chef in the world is without doubt this man, Alain Passard. It was in 1997 when I first invited him to Kyoto to enter the Iron Chef World Cup. He, of course, made it to the final match and fought against Iron Chef Komei Nakamura in the foie gras battle. And the result was...
Whoa! It's a tie! After that grueling battle, the verdict coming down, and we've got a tie. Passard and Nakamura, neither man able to get the win. The foie gras battle ending in a tie.
I strongly feel that we must finish what we started with this man. So let me introduce him once again. The world's top chef, owner and chef of Alpege in Paris, France, Alain Passard. Alain was born into a family of artists and amazingly started cooking as a mere 8-year-old. He apprenticed under the greatest names in French cuisine, through which Passard's talents started to bloom. Passard's dishes are amazingly simple, so different from our perception of French cuisine. Yet, His sophisticated flavors quickly captured the hearts of gourmets in Paris. And in 1996, at the record-breaking age of 39, he became a 3-star chef, generating new trends in French cooking. In France, this man is unparalleled, the world's best chef, Alain Passard. Iron Chef Sakai will challenge Passard with everything he has. So now, you two great chefs show us an all-out battle that does justice to the closing of my kitchen stadium.
キッチンスタジアム最終戦。まずは鉄人の最大のライバルともいえるこの男を迎え入れましょう。21世紀の料理界を切り開く世界最強シェフ。さあ皆さん大きな拍手でお迎えください。パリ・アルページュオーナーシェフアラン・パッサー。
Entering the stadium is the man who, without a doubt, the best in France and arguably the best in the world. The 3-star chef marching in with his assistants. Numerous French celebrities, leading figures, are solidly in his corner. And for sure, he's even stronger than he was 2 years ago when he fought against then Iron Chef Japanese Kome Nakamura. This genius chef will show us what it takes to be #1 in the world, and here in this last match in Kitchen Stadium.
対するはキッチンスタジアムの有終の美を飾る最強鉄人酒井宏之。
For sure, his last time strolling into the stadium in the aftermath of his win over Chen, Hiroyuki Sakai, the king of Iron Chefs, accepting the challenge of Passard and representing the other Iron Chefs as well. Can Sakai use his earlier victory as a springboard to overcome France's best and in the process make a place for himself on the world cooking stage? Get ready. This one promises culinary fireworks the likes of which we've never seen before. All right, the two chefs are ready at their positions, so now will Chairman Kaga unveil the very last theme ingredient.
世界一の料理人が決まるキッチンスタジアム。最後はこの紋章を見て鳥に決めてみました。しかも国内では名店でしか使わない究極の鳥。それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。 スタジアム最終戦のテーマはロンコン会。
Chairman Kaga's dream about to be realized. After 6 years of battles between his Iron Chefs and challengers, now a battle to decide the best chef in the world. And chicken of the best quality, longang, as the theme ingredient, with Hiroyuki Sakai, the king of Iron Chefs, going against the best in the world, 3-star chef Alain Passard. The sparks will be flying in a fierce battle, a bonus grand finale. The pressure's mounting, the tension is thick. 60 minutes that'll rock the culinary world. Passard versus Sakai to decide #1 in the world on the next Iron Chef. Years ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he secretly started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking, and he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Masaharu Morimoto. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from around the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day. Using all their senses, skills, creativity, they're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their artistic creations against each other. What inspiration does today's challenger bring? And how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
If memory serves me right, since I completed my Kitchen Stadium, the very first battlefield for cooking in the world, 6 years have passed. During these 6 years, chefs have fought for their own pride and their restaurant's name. The number of chefs to date, 304. All challengers have fought fiercely in the 1 hour cooking battles against my Iron Chefs. The number of dishes tasted reaches 14,113, with quite a few reaching world-class excellence. But now, in this 6th year, I have come to a decision. To my dear Kitchen Stadium, to my resourceful staff members, and to my dear Iron Chefs, I bid farewell. On this day, the last day of Kitchen Stadium, I am taking on my last major mission, the King of Iron Chefs tournament. But it won't end here. The winner of the tournament will challenge one of the top chefs in the world. Indeed, these battles will wrap everything up. The very best of all battles you have ever seen. This, I guarantee. So now, my fans here in the stadium and gourmets watching, burn these legendary battles of the 20th century into your memory.
Gentlemen, the King of Iron Chefs, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai. And now, here in Kitchen Stadium, is the top chef in the world, France's Alain Passard. The battle to determine #1 in the world, and the chairman unveils Lone Gang Chicken, the best of the bird. So here they are, Passard, Sakai, the last battle. Chairman Kaga's dream about to be realized. After 6 years of battles between his Iron Chefs and challengers, now a battle to decide the best chef in the world. And And chicken of the best quality, Longgang, as the theme ingredient, with Hiroyuki Sakai, the king of Iron Chefs, going against the best in the world, 3-star chef Alain Passard. The sparks will be flying in a fierce battle, a bonus grand finale. The pressure's mounting, the tension is thick. 60 minutes that'll rock the culinary world. Bang the gong, the last battle is on, and a rather relaxed start for both men, shaking hands, and now they amble up to the ingredient stand, and Sakai the first to get a hold, selecting birds from the Longgang chickens up there. Passard and Sakai, the last battle, the curtain coming down on Kitchen Stadium after this bonus battle to decide the #1 chef in the world. And Doc, what makes these Longgang chickens so special?
Well, Longgang is actually a name of an area in China, and that's where the original breed comes from. And they're very, very rare. Actually, only the top Chinese restaurants in Japan have the sources or resources to use these.
Whole birds, we've got the best quality, right?
Exactly.
Fukusan?
Yes, go ahead, Ota.
When asked to give a statement about today's battle, Iron Chef Sakai responded by saying, "Hey, look around. I'm representing all the Iron Chefs and the challengers watching me. How could I lose this thing? That's not an option. I'm going for a win."
All right, and Sakai trying to ride the momentum of his win over Chen. Yes.
On the other side, Alain Passard was more philosophical, telling me that in 1997 when he fought Nakamura-san in Kyoto, it was a real eye-opener for him because while in Japan he discovered 2 new ingredients, miso and soy sauce. He says that expanded my horizons as a chef, and today's battle will be just the same. I hope to discover even more.
All right, even the best never stop learning, and Passard regarded as the very best of all the 3-star chefs in France. And with that, let's meet our guests for this last battle, former Prime Minister Yutaro Hashimoto, actress Yoshiko Mita, and still with us, Tatsuo Umemiya, and of course our commentator, Dr. Yukio Hattori.
Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to be here.
Hashimoto-san, you ever heard of this Longgang chicken before?
No, I heard the name just now for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, but these look so delicious.
You can tell that just by looking at these uncooked birds?
Oh, the skin looks so appetizing.
Well, having traveled all around the world as a statesman, you've probably enjoyed the best food.
No, I just love to eat, that's all.
Fukusan?
Yes?
Can you see what Sakai-san is doing right now?
Okay,
He
yes.
seasoned the Longgang chicken with salt, thyme, and rosemary, and then is dipping into a pot containing hot water, white wine, and herbs. Now, I asked him what he thinks about the chicken today, and he replied, "They're just perfect, great quality." He seems to be very pleased with them.
All right, thanks, Ota. And on the replay, you saw him stuffing it and giving the inside a rub down with the seasonings. In case you just joined us, recapping how Sakai got here, he beat Morimoto in the semifinals of the tournament with a sweep, and then got by Chen 3-2 in the judging. A point or two either way, and Chen could have won, but Sakai got it. Yes?
From Chef Passard's side, if you'll take a look behind him, you'll see some things that look like little white pebbles. These are found at weddings in Japan sometimes.
Okay, right there.
Right there. They are a French sugar-coated confection called dragée, used for special occasions. He says he's fond of these and wants to use them for a certain dish today, a specialty that everyone can look forward to.
Okay, sugar-coated, the sweet stuff's out. Anything inside them?
Yeah, well, they're almonds, sugar-coated almonds.
Okay.
And like Otis said, normally served at weddings.
All right, and you see Passard, all smiles there, expression, demeanor, exuding confidence today for the battle.
Fukusan!
Yes?
Yeah, I told Sakai that I'd never seen him this emotional as in the final, and he said, "Yeah, I know, I just couldn't help it. But you know, throughout my 40-year career, I've never enjoyed being a chef more than I do today. Boy, I feel great," and I tried to express that in the interview.
Thanks, Ota. Yes, it was emotional right after the verdict. I almost lost it myself there. But I'll say Sakai handled himself with dignity and grace and got a hanging one there.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention about the Longgang chicken. It's known mainly for its tasty skin, as Mr. Hashimoto pointed out. And in China, they enjoy it in a very crispy style.
Okay.
Fukusan!
Yes?
Yeah, the list of ingredients in this bowl is a short one, black rice and glutinous rice, and that's about it so far.
Okay, this on Sakai's side. And okay, Longgang chicken, who'd know better about it than Chen-san? Can you tell us about it and how it's used in China?
Well, the Cantonese chefs, the top chefs, should be experts in handling this. And like Hattori-san said, the skin...
The skin, right?
Prepared crispy, that's the way.
All right.
Yeah. And it's also common to cook the whole chicken, like steaming it. That's best.
Okay, well, these are being boiled right here. Yes?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but on Sakai-san's side, he had a whole chicken dipped in herbs and is now hanging it in front of a fan. He explains that by doing this, the skin will become extra crispy.
All right, well, that's what it's hanging for. Cool it down right there.
It's actually to dry it up.
Okay.
He'd prefer to have wind, but as you know, in the studio, you don't get that too often. So
Only when I talk. All right. Bringing the outside
Kusan,
inside. Yes.
Chef Pasar has a chicken upside down in a pot, which he says he will be cooking the surface evenly all over in this unique way.
Looks like it's taken a dive there.
And if you remember, he's often called the magician of flames.
Yes.
So he's really an expert at
And
controlling
Kusan?
it.
Yes, Ota.
Yeah, sorry, speaking of that, Chef Pasar is now intently controlling the flame while saying, I'll show you the best chick roti or roast chicken in the world. You French chefs in Japan should watch me carefully. He sounded like a professor speaking to a class.
It's not Roast Chicken 101. This is the senior seminar.
And Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, one more thing. Sakai-san has another whole chicken here, which he is stuffing with the aforementioned black rice and glutinous rice and caramelized chestnuts.
Okay, and checking that out on the replay, dressing the bird, and Sakai now will get ready to stitch it shut. This one here, a French approach?
Actually, it's almost Chinese. Korea, they do this as well, very similar, but and as well as in the French cuisine world. But stuffing chicken is done basically all over the place, but ingredient-wise, this is very similar to Chinese.
Okay. Yes, Ota.
Chef Pasar today has chosen 2 women chefs to be his assistants, and when I asked him about his confidence in their skills, he snapped, "What are you talking about? Of course I trust their skills. And what more can a man ask for than to be working with 2 beautiful, young, talented ladies? Why haven't the Japanese chefs realized this simple element in life?" He's having a good time.
Well, you know, almost none of the chefs looking on applauded there at the mention of the female assistants, which is a first that I can recall here in Kitchen Stadium.
I've actually heard that they work at his restaurant in Paris at Arpège, both of them.
Okay, and Pasar looking to be loving every minute of this, and now he is getting some royal box encouragement. Go.
A quick bit of FYI, the Japanese assistant is named Fumiko, and the French assistant is Melanie, who is only 16, believe it or not.
16, incredible. I hope we're not breaking any labor laws in here today.
And Fukusan?
Yes.
Yeah, back to the business at hand. The Iron Chef has filled his pressure cooker with white maitake mushrooms, matsutake mushrooms sauteed in butter, and the chicken stuffed with glutinous rice, black rice, and caramelized chestnuts.
All right, so Sakai side, chicken in the pressure cooker, and Pasar with, I don't know what here, 15 minutes gone, the time flying by, a foul feast, longan chicken, and Pasar supporters now starting to stomp the stands. Their man too caught up in the rhythm. The guys upstairs, they've got the beet cooking. Now here is some of that straw lining the pot there.
Almost like he's making a nest for the chicken or something. Okay, I think I see. He's probably going to steam it in the straw.
Huh.
So he'd wrap it up in a straw bed or something like that.
And drop the chicken right in there.
I believe so, yeah.
Well, it definitely should impart some flavor to the bird, and Ishinabe checking out that technique, which I guess could be viewed something similar, akin to a smoking effect. And now he is starting to smear the surface with butter. Right there is Pasar. More than a quarter of the battle gone. Sakai versus Pasar, the last battle. The gates of Kitchen Stadium to be closed after today. And the chicken right there to be steamed in a straw-lined pot.
That would be my guess, yeah.
All right, well, let's talk to Ishinabe-san about it. Ishinabe-san, yes. About this chicken to be steamed in straw. This is a popular recipe over in France?
Yes, this is Michel Gerard's specialty, rearranged a bit by him.
It is? Okay, that's interesting. So far, what do you think about this all-French battle, how it's going?
Well, for sure, he is one of the best in the world. He wastes no time and does things right the first time around.
Pasar you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Iron Chef Sakai speaking about Iron Chef Chan in the previous battle says, "I want to thank him for the great battle that we had, and I'm committed to fighting for him and the others in this battle. His pride as king is at stake." But he sounded very confident when he was telling me this.
All right, and Chen looks like he's solidly behind Sakai. Close match they had. Yes, he is with them all the way. We'll all long remember that battle, and the stadium starts to heat up sound level-wise. And Pasar's making some additional moves here with this steamed in straw chicken pot. It looks to be some dough that's lining the top of the pot.
Yeah, dough, like almost like a pie dough. That would seal the lid to get a good steaming effect.
So instead of the steam escaping, it'll stay locked in, the moisture absorbed by the dough. That's a clever technique.
Yeah. He's very calm, too.
Yes, Ota.
I wanted to tell you that Chef Pasar has another pot on the stove already, and I'll give you the ingredients now while we try to get a shot of it. 1 whole chicken, chicken heads and legs, onions, ginger, champignon mushrooms, thyme, laurel leaves, parsley, parsley, sage, tomatoes, lemon, and parsley stems.
All right, deep pot, and wonder if that's a pressure cooker, and see where he goes with that
And
one.
Kusan?
Yes.
Yeah, Iron Chef Sakai, on the other hand, is still fanning that whole chicken. When will he start cooking it? I have no idea, but he says, hey, the trick is to spend enough time drying the surface so that it will guarantee a really crispy finish of the chicken fat. Just you wait and see.
All right, still hanging with it is Iron Chef Sakai.
It's been a long time there.
Well, maybe one of the assistants could go over there with a blow dryer or something and got to get going, get that one cooked, get that skin crispy. Yes.
Yeah, one of the moves that Pessar's made was to take the sugar-coated almonds off the stove, and here they are.
All right, and what's happened to them now?
Okay, well, once again, these are called dragées, or sugar-coated almonds.
Yes.
And by heating them up, the coat has kind of melted. It gets you can almost see the almonds through it now.
Okay, and Ota, about Pessar, seems like this is just a stroll in the park that he's undertaking over there.
Yes, that's right. And moreover, when I asked him how he's doing, he said, I'm doing just fine, doing everything on schedule, so far perfect. And the expression on his face was proof of that. The smile says it all.
All right, well, I tell you, that one is looking great there. And about this man, I wonder what honorary Iron Chef Michiba thinks about seeing Pessar in action. Michiba-san?
Yeah.
He's totally in control.
He was like that the last time. He's not just controlled. He does things right the first time, I think.
You're impressed too, then?
I'd hate to go against him.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you and the other Iron Chefs are going to have to depend on Sakai to rise to the occasion for this one.
Fukusan.
Yeah, big fella.
Yeah, let me explain what Iron Chef Sakai is up to right now. On the top of the spring roll skin, what the French call a brick, B-R-I-K, he's putting fried zucchini and udo plant, putting them together with sauteed and minced chicken meat and skin together, which was also seasoned with salt and pepper, and that's what you see him wrapping up and rolling together. Back to you.
Okay, sounds good right there. Mita-san, maybe another one of Sakai's dishes that would appeal to the ladies. What do you think?
Yes, I would think so, and it seems very easy to chew, to eat, you know, once you get it in your mouth.
30 minutes have elapsed.
And the brick or the spring rolls, I think they'll be roasted.
All right, 30 minutes gone, 30 to go. And Doc, what was that? I couldn't hear you above the crowd there.
What I meant is probably put them in the oven to finish them up.
Okay, a roast of spring rolls, zucchini, and chicken fixins inside, just into the second half of the battle, which will decide #1 in the world. What a way to close out the Gourmet Academy's run, and their hot oil being ladled over a reclining Longang chicken. On Iron Chef Sakai's side, and here Pessar, the top man in France. And you saw in the background on the kitchen stadium monitor, Sakai cooking away on his side. Here he is, the king of Iron Chefs, the best in Japan. It can be said now after that win over Chen.
Now, if you look at this, if he's going to do this the Chinese way, he'll probably do that about 80 times to make the skin very, very crispy.
The air-dried one.
Yeah, and the skin is really the main thing that you enjoy in this.
Yes.
Yes, this chicken that is getting the basting in oil is the one that has been hanging in front of the fan all this time.
Okay, air-dried, off the hook, and now bathing in hot oil. And any Chinese gourmet like Chua Lam would be licking their chops to get a taste of the finished product here.
Now, if we can get a shot of Sakai's side. Here we go.
Hold on a sec.
If you notice, those are the eggs of this chicken.
Okay.
Ah,
getting in close, not scrambled.
Yeah, no.
Okay, thanks for waiting. Go.
Thank you. These are Longang chicken eggs with the tops removed and sprinkled with salt and pepper.
So you'll be steaming these.
Okay, 15 minutes left. This one whizzing by now. The chefs you're seeing, all the challengers who competed against the Iron Chefs, so many of them able to be here today for the final battle. They wanted to be here even though they lost. And now this could be the key dish for Sakai. This one. Yes.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I asked Sakai-san whether this basted chicken will be a key dish, and his response was, yes, you've got it. This crispy skin with all the flavors contained and condensed in it, this will decide the outcome of the battle.
All right, thanks, Ota. And Sakai, just like Chen noted earlier, the skin, the essential point of this Longang chicken, the crispiness and flavor, and he's banking on it. Now to Pessar's side, and working it all over in the pot frying, rotating the position of the whole bird.
Yeah, and that's with the same intention as what Sakai's doing, is to get a crispy texture in the skin.
Umemiya-san, seems like the Longang chicken on Sakai's side getting a hot oil bath treatment, and here on Pessar's side, got a contrast going in the cooking methods. But how the taste turns out of the crispy skin for the birds from each man could decide things.
Yeah, like Chin-san said previously, he said the fat is really key to this chicken.
Right.
And I think both chefs apparently know that.
They're both in the know on
And the
that.
top chefs know what to do.
Yes, go ahead.
Alain Pessar's Stranas dishes out of the oven.
All right, and now resting on the stove.
Now the question is when he'll open that up, though.
Okay, the lid locked on the straw-lined pot. Whole chicken's been getting a steam treatment inside, no air escaping.
I'd venture to guess he'll keep it closed until right before serving, but he could open it up after the temperature settled down.
All right, 10 minutes left for the venue in which all the Iron Chefs fought so valiantly and in which Pesar and Sakai are going toe-to-toe in this battle to decide the best chef in the world. We're back for the last 10 minutes of Kitchen Stadium's last battle. Alan Pesar, Hiroyuki Sakai before a packed house of fans and chefs and a national TV audience.
Now I see him pasting something on the chicken here.
He's using butter here.
Okay.
Oh, butter, okay.
Now get back over to the Iron Chef's side. The lid to the pressure cooker has been removed. This is the stuffed chicken, am I correct?
You are correct.
To which they are adding some water, cooling it down right there.
Fukusan.
Yes.
Yeah, the contents in this copper pot were in the pressure cooker before. The chicken stuffed with truffles, glutinous rice, black rice, caramelized chestnuts, but he's also got consomme, butter, white maitake mushrooms, matsutake mushrooms, chestnuts, long onions, and Chinese ham in there.
Okay, and the replay moments before was the earlier stuffing job before going into the pressure cooker, and now back on Pesar's side, and he's sprinkling something.
This is the one he was working on earlier.
Okay, well, what is he sprinkling on this?
I think those are that item with the sugar-coated almonds.
Okay, so a slightly sweet extra punch of crunch to the skin there.
A little sweet, yeah.
Umemiya-san? Well?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
And well, don't forget, he's going to think about when to serve it in his lineup, too. You know?
Okay, well, it does look good.
They sometimes use honey wine for this as well.
All right, now, on Sakai's side, go.
Iron Chef Sakai is making sandwiches out of matsutake mushrooms.
Wow, matsutake mushroom sandwiches. Right. The crust has been sliced off. Gotta think that's going to be partnered with something else. And now he is beginning to have his way with that chicken, just tearing it up right there, and it still looks like it's hot.
You'll probably add that to the sandwich, I imagine.
Okay, chicken meat to go in.
Especially the skin part.
And the skin as well in the sandwich?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
This chicken that Sakai-san is slicing is the one his assistants were basting in oil, and he says it couldn't be better. This one is the winner.
All right, boy, that close-up shot certainly looks mouth-watering to me, and garnering some applause from the honorary Iron Chefs there.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That just looks so good. Amazing.
Wow. And now Pesar's entourage upstairs once again, but now did you see there? Pesar is breaking a sweat. He's been so cool today, seems out of character for him. And now the crispy skin, this Sakai's hot oil bathed one.
Okay, and then when we look at Pesar's dishes here, usually the chefs do this with crayfish, or écrevisse in French.
Well, it looks so basic and just a simple presentation so far, but that's the book on this man. His dishes are always retaining the element of simplicity and some sauce going down, and now less than 5 minutes left.
I think this is to draw out the flavors of this chicken. It's a well-balanced sauce that will be the key, though, and he has that already. So.
Okay, can't tell much by looking at it, but I can imagine a great tasting sauce there. And so Pesar has one dish down.
Fukusan!
Yes?
About the matsutake mushroom sandwiches, Sakai-san says, I think you've got the idea by now that I'm trying to combine the aroma of matsutake mushrooms and the juicy skin of this chicken. It's going to be a luxurious treat that you've never tasted it before, but one that you can enjoy on this day, and it's gonna be awesome.
All right, that's the dish Sakai's been focused on in his second battle of the day, and now another one here by Pesar, and another whole bird on a platter, and getting sauce treatment too. And that sauce looks a bit richer than the earlier one. Yes?
More comments from Iron Chef Sakai, who says, you know, in the previous battle I had so much fun, and in this one too, the more I cook, the more I'm motivated and excited. I'm in the zone, and guess what? I think I can win today.
And look at the royal box on Sakai's side. You saw the exhortations, and now Pesar, for the first time today, I think, turning it up a notch. The first 55 minutes, very controlled, but now beginning to scramble. And here, Sakai with the finishing touches to his zucchini and chicken spring rolls, eggs in the middle. Sakai, if he can beat Pesar, he'll have earned the right to be called the best chef in the world. That's in addition to being the king of Iron Chefs. And right now, the eggs will be used as a dip, I guess, and everyone in the stadium up on their feet.
Now take a look. Pesar has opened the lid here.
All right, and the color of the straw hasn't changed much, and no crispy or char component to the skin. And now about to stick a fork in it. Guess it is done, but I wonder if it's going someplace else for a last treatment. Woo!
But he certainly looks happy with it, though. 3 whole ones, all cooked differently.
That's great. And his crowd is loving that one. It'll be infused with a one-of-a-kind flavor. The lid sealed with pie dough, chicken resting in and around a bed of straw, and Pessar himself looking jacked up here coming down the stretch.
Yes. Yeah, when Alain Pessar opened the lid of the straw-cooked dish, he just couldn't help grinning from ear to ear, and he said, "This is as good as it gets. This is more than enough for a victory today."
All right, Pessar convinced that this is the one that'll do the trick for him, and here, attention now being given to another one. Go!
Sakai-san just mentioned that he's really appreciative of all the cheering, and he says, "I'm so happy to have met so many people through my cooking, no matter what happened. Thank you."
All right, and there you go. All the former challengers giving Sakai a warm round of applause, and still showing their colors upstairs on Pessar's side. And the confident grin is back on the Frenchman's face. Just about 2 minutes left now to get them all done and down. Go!
Iron Chef Sakai continues by saying, "Being a chef is great, and I don't care about winning or losing. That's how much fun I'm having today. But I think I will win this one."
All right, voicing confidence too, and why shouldn't he? He's survived everything Morimoto and Chen threw at him in the tournament. Pessar and company stepping up the pace. They've definitely gone into scramble mode over there. Appeared to be cruising most of the way until the last couple of minutes, and that was the first time we heard him shout today. About $1:20 left on the clock, and now they look a tad lost over there. And Sakai wiping away the sweat, and members of his entourage upstairs going crazy. Quickly go.
Alain Pessar, as you can see, seems to be scrambling a bit as time runs down, and he's not answering any of my questions, so I'll just send it back to you.
All right, can't blame him. Cook first, answer questions later. A minute left now. The final 60 seconds in the final battle on the final day of Kitchen Stadium. The fans for both men are whooping it up. It's coming to an end. 6 years of battles. Yes, 6 years with challengers. So many of them here today taking on our Iron Chefs. The final chapter about to be written, but the story began by the Iron Chefs will endure and be revisited, recounted long after this day is over. Michiba, Ishinabe, Nakamoto, could they imagine what they started here would end up finishing with the battle to determine the best chef in the world? Perhaps not, but Chairman Kaga's dream indeed becoming a reality. It is real, with Pessar putting the finishing touches on the straw steamed chicken against Sakai, who's fighting on behalf of the other Iron Chefs, the previous challengers, and by extension all the chefs in Japan, trying for a 1-2 knockout of Chen and Pessar on the same day, the last day in the last battle. Just how unreal that would be. The final seconds are ticking down, the last action on both sides, and that's it. The cooking's done. The final battle in Kitchen Stadium, the Lone Gong battle to determine the best chef in the world is over. Incredible. Hiroyuki Sakai, his second championship battle of the day, and Pessar, he ended up getting the workout after all. All right, now let's go down to the floor for some comments from the chefs.
That was just wonderful.
Today it was like a huge festival of cuisine, reunion of Japanese and French. I had great fun too, enjoying what I was doing. It was wonderful.
You seem to be scrambling a bit at the end. Were you able to finish everything you planned to prepare?
I used all my skills to prepare the best food possible. I think you'll be pleased.
Thanks for the great job. Alain Pessar. Merci.
You did a great job.
It's all over now.
Yes, but this wasn't just another battle.
Right, yeah. Perhaps the longest hour for me here.
Uh-huh.
I'm so happy to be here for this special occasion. And besides the quality of my dishes, I just feel happy to have spent such a great moment here. Yes.
Everyone is waiting. What's the word?
A win would be nice, yeah. But, you know, thank you so much. Really, if I keep talking longer, I'm going to get emotional again.
Okay, thank you, and once again, great job.
Thank you.
All right, Sakai and Pessar shaking hands before the tasting. Alain Pessar is offering 4 dishes. First, Longang chicken bouillon soup, truffle sauce. Essence of vegetables added to Longang chicken bouillon, with the aroma of truffles spreading around like a gentle breeze in the taster's mouth. Longang Longgong chicken steamed in a straw nest, a rearrangement of his master Michel Guérard's specialty. The aroma of the sage and straw add a deep but natural touch to the top-quality chicken's flavor. The sauce is made from tarragon and hazelnut oil. Third, poulet crevette. Chicken and prawns served with a sauce containing a Japanese item, matsutake mushrooms. The light flavor of the Longgong chicken is boosted by the thick sauce. The pairing of prawns and matsutake in a French sauce is new. Passar's the first chef to try it. Last, roast Longgong chicken, dragé flavor. Cooked in a coquette pan just under an hour with the sweet finish furnished by a French confection. It's a masterpiece, demonstrating the caliber of the man considered the best in the world. Iron Chef French Sakai counters with a foursome of his own. First, soft-boiled eggs and liver and red wine sauce with spring rolls. Spring rolls containing Longgong chicken meat and gristle are a great starter. Completing the opening, the soft-boiled eggs are eaten with the sauce containing liver and gizzards stewed in red wine. Second is Longgong chicken stew. The idea for this comes from across the Japan Sea, a Korean chicken stew, samgyetang. Even though it's lightly flavored, the tasting experience is powerful. Roast Longgong chicken sandwich, Chinese flavor. A roast chicken sandwich inspired by taking an approach similar to Peking duck. His ingenuity in drying the chicken in front of a fan pays off, resulting in a wonderfully crispy skin. It's a juicy, flavorful sandwich. Last, believe it or not, dessert. White meat stewed in red wine with fig sorbet. A pleasant surprise that only Sakai could create. The youngest three-star chef in France and generally considered the best chef in the world, Alain Passard. In Kitchen Stadium, the king of Iron Chefs, Hiroyuki Sakai, one last battle to decide who's the best in the world. His dream realized, Chairman Kaga unveils the theme ingredient, the finest of fowl, Longgong chicken. 3 whole chickens among his 4 dishes for Passard. Lighter in bird, higher in variety, Sakai polishes off a quartet himself. And now the moment of truth, tasting and judgment to decide the world's best chef. On the panel, former Prime Minister Yutaro Hashimoto, actress Yoshiko Mita, actor Tatsuo Umemiya, Hong Kong gourmet Chua Lam, and culinary critic Asako Kishi. First, the dishes of Alain Passard.
どうもご苦労様でした。ありがとうございました。
The first dish, bouillon soup with truffle sauce.
まあ美味しいのは間違いないんですけども、やっぱこの味が深いですよね。
Nothing bad will come from him, ever.
The chicken, the truffles, and even deeper, I feel the vegetables, their essence is all condensed in this, adding such richness. Such a great chef.
I feel that you've included everything of the essence of the Longgong chicken in this dish.
Next up, his straw-cradled steamed chicken.
ねえ、アラン・パッサールの料理で世界一のソムリエの田崎さんにワインをセレクトしてくれて。
So luxurious.
最終回って感じですね、これはね。このわら蒸しっていうんでしょうけども、なんかわらの中に鳥のヒナがいるみたいな、なんかそういう味覚ですよね。
The aroma of the straw.
Feel it?
Yes.
Well, I've been thinking, from the beginning. Well, Longgong chicken, this is the first time for me to have this. Now, comparing this to Nagoya Koching, the skin is a bit thicker.
The skin on this.
It's good, isn't it?
So good.
Normally, you might hesitate to eat something like this, right?
The aroma of the straw, because it's on the outside, the aroma is condensed into the skin.
He didn't try to manipulate the flavors. I feel this is absolutely superb, except for the butter he applied later as a finish.
And here's the roast Longgong chicken flavored with sweets.
The coating on the surface is made from dragée, a French confection burnt in a pan and made into a caramel. Almonds are also crushed and sprinkled on top.
Great. I don't need the meat. I wish I had one whole chicken worth of skin.
Dish is so perfected. You know, words just won't do this justice.
He's very methodical in his way of cooking. It's very straightforward, and the dragée sauce was really amazing.
In old-style French cooking, you see a lot of butter and thick sauce. That image is completely changed in this. And the last dish, the skin of the chicken, was the best.
And now the dishes of Iron Chef Sakai.
Yes, well, right now, I just feel relieved.
Soft-boiled eggs, liver and gizzards in red wine sauce.
The ingredients on top are liver?
On top are liver, gizzards, and heart. Well, I minced the meat in gristles and wrapped them in a brick and fried them.
This is really fun.
You know, I was wondering the whole time how easy this would be to eat. It's easy to eat.
You had the innards ready, so not using it would have been a waste. You did the right thing, but I wanted more of a twist on this.
The yolk actually becomes a sauce in the red wine stew and wraps them up gently. This is really crispy, a bit salty. I experienced the versatility and flavoring with the spring rolls.
Now on to the chicken stew.
I used vegetables, and rice is also stuffed in the chicken. I did nothing to the soup, just the broth from the chicken. Very light. It's a bit like French-style stew.
Very nice.
Please, wait for my comments until I finish.
It's a simple pot de feu without the potatoes or carrots. The meat between the bones is good.
I'm really surprised at how good it tastes with just such light flavoring.
It really is a dish for adults. You know, you need to be mature to be able to enjoy this dish.
Simply put, it's Chef Sakai's flavors.
Now they'll get the roast chicken sandwich Chinese flavor.
My eyes were locked onto this one while he was preparing it.
Right, yeah. This one looked the best when I saw the dishes out together.
A bigger portion would have made my day.
You've got a hearty appetite.
Yes, I'm a big eater.
The sandwich is like Chin-san's or Nagasaka-san's dishes, the top Chinese chefs, right?
That's right.
The skin is so crispy. It's good.
Look at all the dishes served today. Most of them were really dynamic dishes. On the other hand, this one was so delicately prepared.
It would be making a mistake to classify Sakai-san's dishes as just French food. Your dishes are so much beyond that level and are really superlative French cuisine.
You created a nice rhythm of the lineup today. In a sense, Sakai-san's dishes were very good.
Thank you very much.
Hussar or Sakai, who will win?
私の記憶が確かならば、これが309回目の結果発表です。これを最後に私のこの腕がどちらかの料理人を指すということはありません。それでは発表します。
Kitchen Stadium, the world's first cooking arena. Its 6-year history, 309 battles later, culminating in a battle deciding the world's best chef. Alan Pasar, the mightiest 3-star chef in the world, the pride of France. Hiroyuki Sakai, doing yeoman's work earlier in the day, crowned the king of Iron Chefs. His Iron Chef brothers in arms, all of them looking on. They know full well what it's like to stand alone and wait the suspense for what now becomes the ultimate judgment. And now it is time to know, is it Pasar or Sakai? Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme? Sakai Hideki! It's Sakai! He's done it! The new #1 in the world! The Iron Chef pulls it off! They're ecstatic upstairs! Sakai defeating Pasar! And how excited his reaction hearing the verdict! My oh my, back-to-back battles, grabbing the King of Iron Chef's crown, and now beating the world's best chef in Pasar. And all of the people, the previous challengers, the fans in here, a standing ovation. And just like in the earlier battle, yes, the tears are flowing, tears of joy. Hiroyuki Sakai, he's done it. And so wonderful that this moment could be shared with so many of the challengers who gave their best in the battles here. What a way to go out. Hiroyuki Sakai, the Iron Chef French, winning the last battle. All right, let's check the scores for the last battle. Umemiya 18-17 Pasar, Mita 17-16 Sakai, Chua 20-19 Pasar, Kishi 18-16 Sakai 2-2 until Hashimoto. He goes 20-19 for Sakai. He wins another 3-2 split decision. And with it, he wins the right to be called the best chef in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Hiroyuki Sakai!